Saint Dominic Savio, a wonderful hero for the young people of today. Dominic Savio was born on April 2nd, 1842, in the village of Riva, 2 miles from the town of Chieri, in the province of Piedmont, northern Italy. He was the second of 11 children born to Charles and Bridget Savio, who were poor, hardworking, pious people. The parents brought him up as a virtuous child right from his tender age. They taught him to pray as a child and learned all the prayers at the age of 4. He enjoyed helping his mother with household chores. He would remind the family about prayer when the church bell sounds. He attended the church in the town of Murialdo. He reached early to church and used to pray kneeling outside the door, and the priest was surprised at his devotion. He would make friendship with bad boys with the intention of making them better. He started serving Mass when he was only 5 years old. The happiest day of his life was the day when he received his first Holy Communion. On that day, he made 4 resolutions. Number 1, I will go to confession and communion as often as my confessor will allow. Second, I will sanctify Sundays and holy days in a special way. 3, Jesus and Mary will be my friends. 4th, death but not sin. He walked daily to school, which was 3 miles from his house. On a hot day, an elderly man met him and asked, "Aren't you afraid to walk so far alone on this country road?" "I'm not alone," replied Dominic. "I have my guardian angel with me." His first meeting with Don Bosco was on the morning of the first Monday of October in 1854. Without hesitation, Dominic asked, "Father, will you take me to Turin with you, to the oratory to study?" "Well, you look like good material to me," Don Bosco exclaimed. "Good material, Father? Good for what?" "To make a beautiful garment for the Lord, son." "Then take me with you, Father. You can be the tailor, and I will be the cloth. Make me into a beautiful garment for our Lord." "What do you want to do when you finish your studies?" Don Bosco asked. "If God gives me the call, I very much want to be a priest." Dominic arrived in Turin at Don Bosco's oratory of St. Francis de Sales in early October 1854. He was 12 and a half years old. Oratory is a playground with fun, prayer, and happiness. He placed himself into the hands of Don Bosco. The motto of the oratory, Dami animas cetera tolle, or give me souls, take away the rest, attracted him. Don Bosco's mother was a mother to him as well. She was amazed at the spirituality of this young boy and often spoke to Don Bosco about him. He frequently made his confession. When Dominic Savio couldn't prevent two boys from entering into a fight, he reasoned with them, but to no avail. He then challenged them with a crucifix. They were ashamed and gave up the fight. He then led them to church and to the sacrament of confession. One day, he was impressed by a talk given by Don Bosco on holiness. Don Bosco said, "It is God's will that each of you become saints." Dominic Savio made a decision to become a saint. But he was confused and worried about how to become a saint. When Don Bosco realized his worried look, he said, "Holiness consists in being cheerful and doing his ordinary task faithfully." He realized that to become a saint, he need not do extraordinary things, but put his body to torture, but perform small tasks with great love. Don Bosco told him to do all his duties to perfection, and humility and obedience is a greater sacrifice. He now decided to do all his tasks cheerfully for the glory of God. He bore all sufferings cheerfully and guarded his eyes and his tongue. With the help of his friends, he started the sodality of Mary Immaculate. The main aim of the sodality was to get Mary's protection in life and at the hour of death. On June 8, 1854, at the altar of Mary, he and his companions read out their promises to Mary. He fervently participated in the monthly practice at the oratory called Exercise for a Happy Death. His health was getting weaker day by day, but he kept encouraging those who were experiencing troubles. The doctor sent him home to recover his illness, but he came back to the oratory. But Don Bosco was also getting worried about Dominic's health. Before his departure for home, he made his final exercise for a happy death with great devotion. Before his death, he made his confession and received Holy Communion as well as anointing of the sick. On the evening of 9th March 1857, he asked his brother to read out prayers from his book of devotions. Dominic Savio breathed his last after saying goodbye to his dad. Don Bosco presented him to the world as a fruit of his educational system. Don Bosco wrote, "I am recording things I have seen with my own eyes. I assure you, I am adhering strictly to the truth." Innocence of life, wrote Don Bosco, love of God and the desire for heaven had so elevated his soul that he could be said to be living always absorbed in God. On December 6, 1876, 19 years after his death, Dominic appeared to Don Bosco. Pope Pius XI described Dominic Savio as small in size but a towering giant in spirit. On June 12, 1854, Pope Pius XII canonized this 14-year-old boy from the oratory of Don Bosco a saint. May his life and example be a shining star to all people, particularly the youth. May Dominic Savio intercede for the world from heaven.